channel to a new video. This year we have a new year, and this year I thought I'd try to do everything in English. I don't know why, just a thing I always wanted to do. It took me a long time to start with it because I was just afraid because my English isn't that perfect, but I don't know, I just thought now I start even if it's not perfect, because otherwise I will never start. So welcome back this year in English. We will see how it goes. Maybe after a while I figure out, okay, English isn't the best choice, so I turn back to German again. But nevertheless, I will try. There's something else I wanted to change with my channel. The last year the main focus was after work cooking, so to show you that even as a working mom or full-time working mom, you can cook on a daily basis, for dinner at least, fresh meals. So that was the main focus. Okay, sometimes I showed also some projects which were going on at home, but the main topic, as I said, was the cooking thing. But this year I thought I would change a little bit, because my real passion isn't just cooking. Cooking is only a part of it, is everything regarding a healthy lifestyle. So I'm not an expert in that way, I'm not a doctor. All I am is a full working mom. So I'm 44 now, I'm married, we have 2 kids, teenage girls. And as I said, I'm full working as an employee, 40 to 45 hours a week. So this is the time I don't have in any way for my family. And this is also a very stressful job at most times. So I have a lot of work at work. So what I try to do is to organize my private time as stress-free as possible. And that is where my passion lies, where my passion is, let's say this way. And that's what I want to do in this year in my videos. So cooking will be a part, but not the main focus anymore. So I prepared something because I can't remember anything from heart. So as I said, my name is Cathy. I told already, I'm 44. Full-time job, 2 kids, married, and also we built our new house almost 2 years ago, so we still have some projects going on outside. It's still on construction. We don't have a garden yet, we don't have a parking lot yet, so we have to do this hopefully this year. So that's a lot of work on top of everything else. And also inside we still have some projects going on. For example, our laundry room isn't ready yet. We can use it, of course, but it's still unfinished. Also the rest of the basement. And what else? Wait. Laundry room, garden. Yeah, I think that's so in the first floor, here where all the bedrooms are, there is everything done. And in the living room area, kitchen is also done, mostly small parts in the entryway and also in our office. There are only small parts, they are unfinished yet, but that's no big project anymore. So then, as I said, my passion is mostly a healthy lifestyle. This contains, for example, the cooking stuff, which I showed a lot in the last year. I am most important to say with healthy, it is kind of interpretation. So everybody interprets a healthy lifestyle in a different way. Of course, you can be perfect and try to never eat some sweets, do at least 60 minutes sportive activities a day or stuff like that. You can, if you have the time. But if you work full time for another company, you just don't have the time. So you try to figure out what can you do, and we try to at least do 80% of our life. We try to do it as healthy as possible, but 20%, especially at Christmas time or when we are on vacation, We just enjoy life in its full ways. We don't care about eating or activities or stuff like that. We just do what we want, the way we want it, and that's it. But in between, in our daily routine life, we try to avoid as much stress as possible, because we define stress as one as the most unhealthy habits you can have. So that's one of the most focused thing. And the second thing, of course, is then our nutrition. Yeah, and then besides that, also to be as stress-free as possible is my passion for organizing things, because I figured out when I started to organize stuff that it gives me more time, not only free time to use for other things, but also mental time. I don't have to remember things or search for things, nothing like that. So I know everything is in order, and this is so unstressing or de-stressing for my mind that really helps a lot. Yeah, my other passion are also playing the guitar. I'm not a musician in any kind. I don't have any talent in this area, but I like the sound of the acoustic guitar, and several years ago I started training it by myself, or for my, how do you say, started to train for myself, by myself. I don't know how you say it correctly. And I stopped for a few years, and now before Christmas I started again. I also made our little one and my husband Christmas gift, a guitar. So especially my husband is also practicing every day now. And yeah, so we started again together. I practiced every day, really every day. I have no feeling in my fingers anymore. Yeah, but I like it very much. And the last thing is traveling, of course. We want to travel a lot. The last almost 3 years now, because of the COVID pandemic, of course, you couldn't travel that much as we wanted. Also because we built this house and we try to save a lot of money there for us, as long as we have still bigger construction areas going on. But we have a lot of travel plans. So for example, this year we want to go as a whole family to Scotland, and we are planning this right now. What will you expect in this year on my YouTube channel? So why this change in my YouTube channel? Or where does it come from that I developed such a passion for nutrition or healthy lifestyle and stuff like that? It began I think almost 9 or more than 9 years ago, right after my mom's death. She died really, I think, early in the age of at the age of 55. No, sorry, she got cancer when she was 54 the first time. She was 54. Then she got surgery, and after that she was free of cancer for I think 3 years, something like that, and then it came back, and then it was really bad. So, and she died at the end at the age of 59. So she didn't even reach the 60. So for me that is really early. That was a really tough time for my father and me. And after her death, I really began to do a lot of research, starting at this time, especially with the cancer area. So I read a lot of books, and I found a lot of connection regarding cancer and nutrition. So that was when I started to read, especially regarding nutrition more and more, and then I found a connection between nutrition and autoimmune diseases. And I know that I had now I have to check hypothyroidism, or in German for the others, Schilddrüsenunterfunktion. And yeah, so I read a lot of books in that area, and so it went on. In each book you got remarks for other books and proposals, and so I read, I don't know, in the meanwhile 40, maybe 40 books minimum, I guess, in different areas, about genetic, about your blood, about how your body functions, about your intestinal or gut functioning, or about your liver, about detoxing, about de-stressing, yeah, a lot of different things. And I started also to I tried out a lot of things in the books, and I found out not everything is right for everybody. So from all the books or all the kind of diets I tried, you can say some part of everything was good for me, so I tried to implement it in my life, and some other parts I figured out that isn't right for me. Does not mean that it may be right for you or anyone else. So that was, yeah, when my passion for this started. And now I read, I would say, every year or every month 1 or 2 new books. Right now I finished a book about natural nutrition. It happens very often that I read a book that has new information for me, but nevertheless it just refreshes information, it brings it back on focus, and it still inspires me again to try something which is not new, but I didn't try in the first time when I read about it, but now I'm ready to try it. So even if you got no new information from a book, but you still get inspired to focus again more on your diet or nutrition, or to try out something you didn't do at the first time. So I don't care. And in every book there are maybe new recipes. I like to try out new recipes. Not, yeah, it's hard to say, but I said it on my channel last year, because I'm not somebody who cooks exactly after a recipe or according to a recipe, because I try or have to change things. Either I don't like products which are used in the recipe, or I don't have the right quantity, or it's not in season, or I just don't get it here in this area, whatever, or I don't even know it. For example, for spices, sometimes it's the case. So I just substitute a lot and adjust it to my personal need. But nevertheless, new recipes are always a new source of inspiration. So that's why I like this. Also, in the most of the books that you also have new recipe proposals. Yeah, and another thing is almost 3, I think it's now 3 years ago, 3, maybe 3.5 years ago, I don't know exactly. I also was in therapy for 6 months because I was burned out from work, not from home, but we started planning our construction for this house. So the planning time was a long time and was very stressful mentally, for example, or especially mentally. We just moved here where we live now. That was a lot of work and planning, and of course at my work for my employer I had also a lot to do, and all together I had a private project at this time, or I tried to start a private project, so we had a lot of meetings for this as well, and that was too much. So I got burned out, and I was in therapy, paid a lot of money for that, and that was then the thing when I started to change my focus from nutrition only to the combination of nutrition and de-stressing your life. When I started also to put more focus on organizing things and on prioritizing things, what is really necessary or what is just nice to have, what is more important than the other. Yeah, and that helps a lot. I'm not done yet. I know that sometimes when at work it gets too stressful, especially mentally, mentally, then I'm really on the edge on skipping over to get the burnout syndromes again. They are not totally gone yet, so some days I still have some of the symptoms, but yeah, I take one day at a day, and I have a lot of methods in place to help me deal with it. Yeah, and since, as I said, since this therapy, I started really to de-stress a lot, as much as possible. It's not always possible, I know that, but I do as much as I can, but without stressing myself again, because that would be counterproductive, and I try to avoid that. So if I wanted to do something, but I just see I don't have the time and it would be stressful to just press it somehow in my daily routine, then I skip it, because then it won't help me. For example, yeah, if I want to go for a run for 60 minutes, for example, and I know that then the rest of the day would be stressful because I will struggle to manage all the other tasks I really have to do on this day, then okay, then I don't go for 60 minutes. It's the way it is. I go only for 30 minutes, but then I still have enough time to manage the rest of the day without being stressed out. So that's then more important for me than the sportive activity in this case. And beside that, I'm also currently in the middle of an intestinal cleansing. So I did this for months before December. Then I stopped in December because I knew that in Christmas and pre-Christmas time, I won't do that every day, and I just wanted to enjoy Christmas with all its sweetness, and I didn't want to stress me out by having a bad feeling about myself all the time, because I know I shouldn't eat that much sugar, but everybody else does, and yeah, you just don't want to watch them, you want to have a gingerbread. And after December, I started exactly from the 1st of January, again with the intestinal cleansing. I will do this 3 weeks. Now 2 weeks are done. And in addition to that, I will have a liver cleansing. I start next week. It's my 4th then. I will at least do 7 and then see how it goes. And together with the intestinal cleansing and the liver cleansing, I fight my candida right now. So I don't eat sweets for 3, or not only sweets, I don't eat maple syrup, honey, dried fruits, and especially, of course, no regular sugar in any kind or in any product where sugar is included, for at least 3 months. I started in 1st of January, and I tried to avoid also fruits. But after 2 weeks, I figured that, I don't know, my body was craving for something, and it wasn't sugar. For sure, it wasn't sugar, because our kids or my husband, they eat chocolate right in front of my eyes, and it doesn't affect me in any way. So it wasn't sugar, but I think it was, I don't know, some vitamins, as you have in the winter time. You have even less of them than in summertime with all the fresh berries. And so I tried to listen to my body in this case, and I implemented fruits again, but only a few. So an apple each day maybe, or today it was some pieces of persimmon and kiwi, and also no apple, but later I will do some carrot and apple muffins today without any sugar. The only sweetness comes from the carrots and the apples. So this is for me, I think, very easy to endure for 3 months or even more, but I needed a small amount of fruit. This is just what my body needs. And when I ate the first apple, then not pure, but with my porridge, I put it in the porridge, then the cravings for whatever it was stopped immediately. So I think it's a good thing, so I have to adjust it. And for my candida fight, I also take some oregano oil capsules and grapefruit, oh I don't know in English, grapefruit grapefruit seed extract, something like this. So from the seeds from the grapefruit, there they extract some oil, and this is very, very bitter and shall help to fight candida as well as oregano oil. So this is what we will doing this year in the future. I will just share my experience with all the stuff I learned in the last 9-10 years, with all the pros and cons I experienced by myself, because as I said, I'm neither a doctor nor an expert in any way. I only read a lot of books. I just often can't remember everything in the book. I read something and either I implement it immediately or I will forget it again, but okay, then you read another book and some parts of it repeat all over again, and then of course you learn some stuff you have already forgotten. So the main or essential points which I want to share is why I implemented things, because as I said, the most important thing for me now is that it has to be stress-free. That's the most important thing. When I try to implement stuff and I see, or you have a lot to do, a lot of preparing to do, or you have to go to visit, I don't know, 3-4 supermarkets to get the things you need just to follow these instructions, or I don't know, it's really complex to do, you need a lot of time to do the stuff like that, then I know it's not sustainable for me, tenable. I won't implement it. I might try it to see how it fit in my daily routine, but when I figure out, no, it's just too complex, too time consuming or stuff like that, then I will skip it. Also, it must be affordable, of course, so I might try some expensive things, but I will never use it on a daily basis for a long time. It's just not possible. We changed our nutrition or our products I buy as much as I can to organic products, but for a family of 4, I can't afford, for example, to buy in a specific organic supermarket. We have some of these here in our area, so it would be possible, and sometimes I go there for specific things, but I can't do a whole week's grocery shopping there. That's way too expensive, just not possible. But in our local supermarket, everything I get there in an organic quality, I buy in organic quality. But yeah, they don't have everything, not even fruit or vegetables in organic quality, so I take what they have and the other things are the way they are. So what can you expect in this year? What kind of videos? I want to show you, for example, I made some ideas last night, literally night, 2 a.m. in the morning, because I couldn't sleep. My head was ringing with all those ideas. So what will I show? That are, for example, the different kinds of diets and nutritions I tried out in my whole life. So not only the last 9 years, because since then I didn't do the bad mistakes you do in your very young years, especially for girls. So I will tell you everything as far as I can remember, of course, what I tried and what was good, what was bad, and what you should avoid. In any case, avoid. Then I will tell you something about detoxing, what I read, which books I read, and what I tried, and what I am still doing on a daily routine, because it was stress-free, affordable, and yeah, because of both of them tenable or sustainable. Then I will show you my daily routine. How does it look a day? How does the day look like, or when I work? So with 8 till 9 hours work a day, but still I do all my routine stuffs for de-stressing, detoxing and nutrition. Then I will show you about supplements we have, supplements we use or we don't use anymore, and why, and so on. Then something about our activities, what do we do on a regular basis, what are my goals, for example, for this year, and our gym. I can show you our gym and what we want to do with it. It's not done yet completely, so there are still things missing, decoration, but also some sport, how do you call them, sport machines, I don't know, I don't miss the word right now. Then I will show you our basic nutrition, what we try with 80 to 90% over the year, of course, because as I told you, during Christmas or during holidays, vacations, we skip our plan and we just eat what they have and what we want. But the rest of the year we try to do as much regarding our nutrition plans as we can. Then also what we use on so-called superfoods, which we use regularly, which we tried and do not use anymore and stuff like that. Then how I do my grocery shopping, regarding how do I plan my meals, do my shopping list and decide or prioritize why do I use this and not this and stuff like that. Then I will show you our favorite or my favorite daily products I use in the kitchen, which I have always on hand. I will show you also our kitchen equipment, what I have, or for what I use it, how often I use it, stuff like that. Then also, as I told you, I read a lot of books. I will show you my favorite books, which I read, and why they are, or what is the favorite thing about them. Then I will show you my favorite daily products which I use in the household. For example, I don't use washing for your clothes. I don't buy anything to wash my clothes anymore since, I don't know, 4 years now, 5 years, I don't know, a long time. So I do it myself since then. On stuff like that, or other products I change to self-made products or sustainable products, I will show you. Then my favorite herbs and spices. I have a whole big drawer full of herbs and spices, dried herbs, of course, fresh herbs I hope I will have with my future garden. But till now I use only dried herbs. That's, for example, one thing in our supermarket. You can buy fresh herbs sometimes, but mostly not at this time when I'm shopping after work, because then everything's already gone and the quality isn't that good there. So I use only dried herbs mostly, and a lot of spices, and I show you what I have and which of them I use really on a regular basis. It means daily or at least 1 to 3 times a week. Then regarding the anti or de-stressing topic, I have also some things regarding or rules regarding finances, so we can talk about that. I will show you what we do to it's not only finances, it's in general to have stuff like that which are obligations in any kind, and that can be, if you don't do them right away, or if you don't have a certain thing to deal with it can be very stressful, especially over time. So that's also a thing to keep a balance, that you don't have that you don't stress out about stuff like that. And one of the most things regarding this stress topic is our way how I plan or organize things. So that would be maybe more than one video, because that is the main goal, as I told, to have my life as stress-free as possible. So I don't know, my colleagues at work might think sometimes that I have the easiest life also because I'm never stressed, but that isn't true. I'm very often on the edge to yeah, to be on the burnout side again. So it's very slim line where I walk, but in my private time I do as much as I can to de-stress myself so that nobody sees that I'm at the edge. For example, my inbox, as my mailbox at my work is always, I try to have it always empty. That's one of the things that is really important to me, otherwise I would freak out. That were my notes. I'm done with it. So this is, yeah, what I thought my new videos would be about. For me it's also kind of a journal or a diary. So maybe when I look to this in 10 years from now on, I see what I have done, I don't know. So we will see how it goes. As I said, it's pretty new for me. I'm not used to talk to the camera that much, as you know from my previous videos. I still have to become comfortable to talk in English and to talk that much. But yeah, that's my goal, and I needed more than 4 weeks now to just do this little recording I did now, because yeah, I was always afraid. I found a lot of excuses. No, not today. Yes, I wanted to do it yesterday, but yesterday I didn't wash my hair, so that was my excuse. I didn't wash my hair. Oh, and I didn't slept the whole night because I took all the notes here. That were my 2 excuses why I couldn't record the video yesterday. And now today I also had a few excuses, but then I said, oh, I just sit down and do it, even if it's not perfect. So then be a bit patient with me, and we will see how this goes on and how it will develop over the next few weeks. Yeah, I hope you will stay with me. And then we will see us next week to my first video. It will be about diets in this case, and especially about, let me check, I have it downstairs. When I was young, when I was a girl between, I would say 20, 22, something like that, as almost every girl I would bet, I tried diet regarding counting calories, or don't eat only half, I don't know in English, eat only half as much as you want, something like this. I will tell you what my experience was, the pros and cons about it, when you can use this kind of method, and for what you shouldn't use it in any way. So stay tuned, and we will hear us next week to a new video. Bye bye.